So you just heard me talk about the rise of technology, and I have an expression which is called digital fatigue. There was a lot of discussion about this here. And what I mean by digital fatigue is there's too many apps that we all have. There's too many. Is it Slack? Is it Signal? There's a lot of different channels that are coming at us. Then there's how do you make sense of those channels in terms of what chat do I join? So will learning leaders play an active or passive role? I'm hoping active, but Pat, I'd like to kind of hear your point of view with this as you hear the context. Talk to me a little bit about what you're experiencing at Nielsen.
Tracy, thanks for throwing that question over my way, because that's something that we're actually at the beginning of for this year. So absolutely, yes, the DE&I team is a critical component of culture building. In fact, we see DE&I as champions of culture and a direct connection to Nielsen's values, which are inclusion, courage, and growth. And there's a purposeful sort of step-by-step in those three values, right? You start by including people. That's how you, sometimes it takes courage to be more inclusive, to learn something that is outside of your day-to-day. And that's how you grow. In fact, we have a term at Nielsen where you stop being a know-it-all and be a learn-it-all.
So I started working with a group within GitLab. And to Jill Mack's point, she's working with the women in leadership within her group. And we found that their organization, they call them TMRGs, and I'll get more on that in a minute. They saw this as a full-on program. Up until last year, they were doing one presentation every other month. Someone would come in. I'm talking about the women in technology.
This is Sarah from TTX Company, and we just launched our first BRG, and it's a women's business network is what we call it. And the first thing we did was listen to the women, what are you struggling with? And we heard loud and clear networking, both internal networking and within the industry. So our very first event was a panel discussion on networking. And then after the panel discussion, we had a little cocktail hour and we practiced. So I think listening to each audience and then providing those opportunities for them to practice, teach then practice, it really boded well for us.
Hi, this is Tanja, Dr. Tanja Coleman. I am the DEI director at North Shore. I really like what they've done. It's along the lines of what I was actually starting to implement here at North Shore. One of the things that we do here, though, is we try to have balanced in-person facilitation because we are a healthcare organization. So a lot of folks really do enjoy kind of that in-person learning as well, but also balance it with either hybrid or facilitator led, but online as well.
This is Anna from AbbVie here in Chicago. So who wants to pit one against the other, right? But I think what this speaks to is the importance of hands-on experience and practice. And, we're all familiar with the 70-20-10 model of learning and development, and most of your development is going to come from experiences. So I think formal development programs, if they're not created in a way as a learning journey where, a hands-on practice is one of the things that you make sure that people do, then I can easily see that, yes, the experience-based practice in the ERGs is going to be more effective than a one-and-done kind of insights-based training program.